Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we'll be looking yet again another tool which goes by the name of NextArt. Simply go to your web browser, type NextArt, and you basically land on an interface like this, and it's basically another tool to revolutionize digital media creation. And basically it's an image generation tool, and using this tool you can generate realistic images, and you can even give it image prompts and make images based on that. So we're just gonna try this out quickly. Just try for free, and then you'll land here, and basically you have three options here. You can either prompt of the day, it's gonna surprise you with some random creation. You can just give it some image or some text, or you can just give it a text prompt. It also already gives us some by default presets, which is risograph, t-shirt designs, pixel art, Christmas and Van Gogh and sketch. And for this example, let's start with the text prompt. And okay, so basically we need to describe what we're gonna generate, and then we're gonna select some presets. And for this, let's just say let's just go from something random and just let next do the prompt. And for it, which it gave us a by default prompt, a lion mid roar. And let's go for a more of a risograph design. And basically it's a base image. We can even give it an image reference, but this time we're just gonna see how it works, how next works with just text. And about the color adjustments, we're gonna go for, okay, for example, we can just structure our output completely honest. We can even give us the structure as in a PNG or JPEG, and we can just adjust the color adjustment, giving it image adjustment, and even make it better by giving us it a base image. We have more control in the on the input in terms of giving it a reference to an image, and so we can have a more better outcome. We also have advanced settings, which we can of course control the number of outputs and also give it a negative prompt. And let's see what it just gives us by default. Click generate. Okay, so basically a tip for you guys: when you're using NextArt, you're going to just try to describe it as much as you want, because initially all these AI image text to image generators or image to video generators is simply a basic thing. These are our AI. They have no will of their own. We are their controllers, so we need to control them in a specific way and make them take the root of a specific thing so that we can get the desired outcome we want from them. Because just simply by just giving a subject, for example, a lion or a tiger or a house, it's not going to give us the desired results like we want. For example, if I am generating a picture of a lion, I told it a mid by default next use to describe the subject, which is it used a mid roar to describe the subject. And furthermore, it's even giving me more options to select from, and which it is highlighting the style, which is the watercolor style or the risograph style. It is going into more detail. So better the input, the better the output. Okay, so our images are ready, in which, okay, it kind of gives me more of a risograph, the type of I was looking forward to. Of course, we're gonna improve this more on that, and let's go for pixel art this time, and let's describe our picture even more. Let's go for near a near tree in the jungle, near a tree in the jungle. And let's just give it a style, and then also just input the pixel art preset design as in the text as well, in the style of pixel. Click regenerate. Describe focus on like day and lighting, atmosphere, and distinct objects to ensure that the prompt is more intrinsic, imaginative towards your imagination, rather than just letting next art decide what the lighting is gonna be, what the our environment is gonna be, what the color is gonna be. Just describe it everything, and you see there'll be a major change in the outputs you're generating. Okay, so our images are basically ready, and it's giving me the kind of look I wanted of a pixel art of a line near a tree. This is kind of good. Let's just change the prompt this time, and let's go for something new. Okay, so the prompt this time that I inputted was a woman in subway looking at the train alone in the watercolor style. And for this, okay, and the presets by default, let's go for risograph this time. And just let's just remove preset and see what that gives us, and click regenerate. Okay, so images are ready, and it went for the style that I wanted it to go for, which is kind of good. Let's go into even detail. Let's into the image description as well. Wearing red coat and a red. So, okay, so I edited the prompt this time, and in the train wearing a red coat, and this time I added more vivid description into the email. And this time I added even describing the clothing that the woman is in, which is a red coat and a red hat. And in the style, and we're gonna change the style this time and go for a more Leah style. just see the major difference. Just by only adding, just changing the style and changing the color and defining the clothing of the woman, the whole image literally changed. So that's it, guys. You just have to tell it everything that you have in your mind. Describe it everything: the background, the surrounding, the subject, what the subject is doing, is an animal or a human, and based on that, the clothing or fur color. Describe it everything, and of course, then you're gonna have to play with the prompt as well. But you get a lot closer with that the output that you want, rather if you just type the subject's name and what the subject is doing and just let the image generator do its thing. And I kind of like this about Next basically is that it gives us more control over the prompt by first letting us describe the prompt, then letting us choose a preset on it, then even fine tuning the prompt by giving it a reference as a base image, giving it color adjustments, which also in the form of image reference, and giving it the image structure as well in which we want. And that's kind of good. And this time we're gonna go for another prompt, but this time we're gonna add a base adjustment as well and see what that gives us. Okay, so this time I chose a simple prompt, which is a woman with water running on her face, swimming, close-up shot. And this time we're gonna add a base image into it as well. So I just generated an image from Midjourney, and we're gonna use that image in here. So I basically generated an image from Midjourney beforehand. So I'm gonna add that one in here, which is also of a woman or realistic-looking woman and water running on her face while she's swimming, close-up shot. We're gonna add another description in the prompt by saying looking at the camera, and then we're gonna click generate and see what that gives us. Okay, so basically it kind of changed the picture, but however it would closely try to stay near the prompt by the realistic woman looking at the camera, water running on her face. But however it was did not did a good job in smoothly showing the water running on her face. So I think you need to work more on the input as well, and then on the prompt as well basically, but you will get the desired results. Okay, so this time we are gonna more describe the base image in the prompt rather than just giving it a base prompt and then using the image list as a reference for the prompt. We're gonna use the image as the main prompt image, and then we're gonna describe the image this time. And this time I went for a longhorn goat, mountains, and a close-up shot, and selected a preset of a risograph, and we're gonna just go again in the procedure and just click generate after that. Okay, so images are ready, and it tried to stay close to the base prompt, but however it did change the face of the image and also the structure of the goat in it as well. So let's just remove the preset and see what that gives us. And the images that Next Art generated are incredible. Like, look at the photography and look at the scenery and the background and the explicit details that are in the goat in itself. But however, there are some mistakes in the pictures of the first two variants of the picture of the goat, because in the first the horns kind of missing, the second one, and the second there's a stick in the middle of the goat's head, and also in the third there are kind of three horns, but the fourth's kind of good and it's kind of the way that we wanted it to be. So it's exactly like I told you before, you need to focus on the prompt explicitly, go into great deep depth as much as you want, because the better you're gonna describe the input, the better it's gonna give you the output. Choose terms, for example, describe the scenery, describe what you're seeing in the scene, describe what's the scenery, describe what's the subject, how the subject is linked to the scenery itself, how the goat is actually the goat, and how the eye, what eye color do you want the goat to be, what skin color do you, what the fur color should be of the goat, what details should the goat have in the fur color, should there be someone else, something else near the goat as in details, or should there be something far away, what, how is the picture and its art is gonna generate, gonna have the perspective. For example, it's gonna have a bird's eye view or it's gonna have a bird's eye view. What's gonna be the viewpoint, what's gonna be the shot, it's gonna be a close-up shot, it's gonna be a mid shot, it's gonna be a high level shot. You are describe it everything, and you're gonna notice this one, the better you're gonna describe the image, the better and more closely linked the output is going to be to what you have in mind. Okay guys, so don't forget to like, subscribe, and share and comment on this video and which image was your favorite and what next I should generate with this. Where I'm gonna make a whole new movie where I'm gonna use this tool and some other tools in it as well and see what that gives us. See you.